Mhm.
recommend for anybody who has over 500,000 in accumulated assets to also at least consider, acquiring what we would call an umbrella policy. And, Tanya, I know you know this, but for those listening, think about the umbrella as literally it's like that umbrella. It's going to cover both your auto and your homeowner's liabilities, those risks, and provide coverage over and above the limits that you've selected in either of those policies. So it really does provide an added layer of protection against your liability.
Amazing. And then the other scenario that we recommend that you might want to consider a personal umbrella policy too is if you have other risk exposures that maybe somebody else might not have. So, for example, if you have a swimming pool
Oh, yeah.
in at your
Mhm.
home, there's a higher risk of somebody might get hurt in
Yep.
your pool. And anytime, guys, anyone get hurt on your property and your name is on the deed, you are automatically responsible for that.
Right. And I mean, you think about it, Tanya, and you think, well, my friends aren't going to sue me or what, what have you. But if the damages, are bad, people get forced into making decisions about, being
Absolutely.
able to protect themselves. So you can't assume that you're not going to be at risk because you only surround yourself with good people and what have you. There's risk everywhere, and I mean, hate to be that doomsayer, but that's what we're here for, is to help you protect that.
Absolutely. Another scenario where you might want to consider higher liability limits or even the umbrella is when you have young drivers
Young
in your
driver, I
house.
was going to say it. Yep, I've
And
got
now,
one that's
why?
going to be hitting the road in a few months.
Yes. Now, why should we consider that, Christy? Like, why is that a risk factor that we
Yeah.
really have to consider, updating our liability limits?
Yeah. So, I bought my agency from my dad, and a saying that I picked up from him. He used to tell people, when you put your young driver in the car, just throw everything you own in the trunk and they're carrying it around with them, right? Because they may be the most responsible kid in the world, but they don't have the experience. They don't have the judgment that you have as an experienced driver. So the likelihood of them having an accident is higher, just automatically, it's higher than an experienced driver. And your name is on everything that kid has put at risk at that point.